What are you hearing as they begin year 2?
Well, you heard the other day Aaron Rodgers say that he and Matt LaFleur are hashtag friendship goals, which anyone that has a best friend in their life, you don't tweet hashtag friendship goals. I don't think that's how you describe a friendship that's actually true. So to me, it's Aaron Rodgers' way of sort of deflecting the fact that it has been a bit rocky. It's been rocky because it's quite evident from people I've spoken to that Matt LaFleur is trying to make this offense look similar to what we're seeing in San Francisco with the 49ers under Kyle Shanahan, which is a run-first type offense. That's not exactly what Aaron Rodgers is used to and comfortable doing. That being said, here's the positive part about all this. In terms of buying into it, I'm told that Rodgers has been open-minded, right? He's aware that he doesn't have the weapons. The best weapons he has are his running back. So his attitude is, yes, he wants to prove, but the relationship is better. And the advantage that the Packers have are against the rookies with Minnesota, right? They're corners. That's where they're going to expose the Minnesota defense because we know how good they are. But those young baby rookie corners, Aaron Rodgers is going to have a field day with them, despite the fact that I heard out of Minnesota, those rookies actually had really good camps.
Well, we'll see. They're going up against Aaron Rodgers right away. Meanwhile, Kevin Stefanski hired away. He was the offensive coordinator in Minnesota. Now he's the head coach in Cleveland. Gary Kubiak will be calling the plays for the Vikings. So what should we expect to be the focal point of that offense?
Come on, Greeny, you know the answer to that. Dalvin Cook, right? We know exactly what Gary Kubiak likes to do. We talked about it in the earlier hour. He comes from that Mike Shanahan tree where they like to run. They like to run early, and they know that the run game opens up opportunity. Adam Thielen taking that major role now that Stephon Diggs is out. And that's another big storyline headed into this game. What is this offense going to look without a superstar like Stephon Diggs? And it seems that everyone on this offense was very comfortable from the day that Diggs left Minnesota to now in terms of what they look and what their identity is. So if the question is, what are you going to see stand out against the Green Bay Packers? You're going to see Dalvin Cook, who's got that chip on his shoulder, along with the fact that he's very healthy, and he will be the nucleus of this offense for Minnesota.
I will say it again. This is a huge game. I mean, they put these big divisional games right at the beginning of the season. We talked about Tampa and New Orleans, what that game could matter or how much it might matter. This one obviously will matter a lot. Who do I have ready to go here and talk about this? Ryan, Rob, and Bart are ready to go. Rob Ninkovich, I'll come to you. Who's a better football team? The Vikings last year made the playoffs as a wild card. They win a road playoff game, sort of got off the hook on that. The Packers obviously went 13-3, but it's all these questions. Which is the better football team heading into this season?
Who has the better quarterback? It's the Packers all day. So I'm going with Aaron Rodgers. I think everyone is underestimating the Packers. Look, last year they were 13-3. That's pretty good, right? And I know everyone's saying, oh, they didn't go get a receiver. They have Aaron Rodgers. If you have a motivated Aaron Rodgers, which I feel like they drafted a first-round quarterback. Okay, everyone's going crazy about that. Aaron Rodgers is out there, and he is motivated this season to prove a lot of people wrong. And it's not Aaron Rodgers' fault that they've only won one Super Bowl. It's the Packers organization for not maximizing the time that they've had with Aaron Rodgers, and even before that,
later flight next week.
Let me see. We're obviously having a little bit of technical stuff somewhere. But Bart, I could hear that you, or could see that you were sort of shaking your head as he was talking. Why is that?
Because I think that he's off a little bit. I think the fact that that Aaron Rodgers, they won in spite of him last year. It was because that defense was top 5 last year. Remember, that offense didn't look good last year. And imitation is the greatest form of flattery. Everybody's trying to be Kyle Shanahan. Well, who was the originator of that? Gary Kubiak. So Gary Kubiak he's looking at that San Francisco, film and looking like they can't stop the run. Yeah, they have these tremendous pass rushers on the outside, but they can't stop the run. Dalvin Cook downhill with the Gary Kubiak running game, not the Kyle Shanahan because it's Gary Kubiak's as well. And I think they're just going to eat the clock up and they're too physical. When somebody recognizes and identifies that you can't stop the run, it's like leaking oil. Eventually, you're going to be shut down. And Aaron Rodgers, he can lean on the run game all he wants, but he has nobody to throw to. That offense was horrible last year. Horrible. He couldn't put up the numbers, and Devontae Adams has struggled to be healthy. I think that Minnesota is the cream of this division. You add Yannick with that, Danielle Hunter, that's a pair. They already had a great defense. Now you give them 2 pass rushers that you can't slide the coverage to. Somebody's going to get one-on-one. Barbecue chicken all season for the Minnesota Vikings.
There's the first barbecue chicken reference of this 2020 NFL season from Bart. Ryan, break the tie there. We got one vote for Green Bay and one vote for Minnesota. Which way do you go?
I'm going with the Minnesota Vikings, and I was with the Minnesota Vikings coming into the offseason and even listening to Dianna talk about the corners that are rookies. One of those corners has an excellent trainer who also actually has a great segment on Get Up about his Twitter feed. And Cam Dantzler has been outstanding in camp, and they know they're going to add him right away. Also, you look at Justin Jefferson, who was drafted to replace Stephon Diggs, who can do a lot of the things that we saw Stephon Diggs do both outside and inside. And Dalvin Cook in that run game are going to be downhill, and he understands, and Gary Kubiak understands that with a guy like Kirk Cousins, you have to start with the run, which opens up the play-action pass. I don't think that Green Bay is shot. I also don't think that you can necessarily say that a motivated Aaron Rodgers is better than a normal Aaron Rodgers. We've been talking about Aaron Rodgers going on this scorched earth tour for a very long time. But the one thing we know about him is he doesn't take chances, he doesn't make mistakes, and he throws to the open receivers. Well, guess what? They don't have a lot of people that can get open. And Matt LaFleur came over to the Green Bay Packers after having the 27th ranked offense in the NFL. This guy is no offensive genius. He didn't come in with this great creativity. He was going to have Aaron Rodgers and say, you know what? Even though I got Aaron Rodgers, I'm going to find a way to run the ball more. So I'm going to draft his replacement in the first round, and then I'm going to draft a power running back in the second round. This team will not get better. We saw this team start to leak defensively down the stretch of the season last year, and they won't eke out some of those games they were able to eke out earlier that led them to 13-3. The Minnesota Vikings will challenge to play in the NFC Championship this year, and I think could very well represent the NFC. They're going to win the NFC North. They're going to be the best team in this division and have a chance to win in the playoffs depending on how Kirk Cousins continues to grow in situational football situations.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.